Hey everybody, it's Chasing Records. We're here for a special podcast, not planned and not with a guest, just us again. Very sorry for that. And before we start, we're gonna jump in by saying again, it's brought to you by South River Brewing Co. Free shipping after $50 from their website, southriverbrewing.ca. Uh, get some gear, get some beer, shed a tear. um, Today I'm drinking a North. I make them on the fly. Today I'm drinking the North Portal Tricial Ale. It's actually gone. I just drank it. We were talking before.
Actually, I was gonna say, and I'm almost done my Scottish ale. I'm telling you, this is maybe the highlight of my day right here. Actually, not gonna lie, it's the beer. It's good stuff.
And I have three here that you could. They're all really good. So check them out. SouthRiverBrewing.ca. And here we are. All right.
Well, we released our EP. It's out in the world. Our second one, The Stories of Others, Part 2. And now we await the reception.
Yeah, we await to find out a couple things. If you thought it was better than EP1,
right?
People always say the sequels are never better than the originals. I you know what though? Fucking Terminator 2 was one of my favorite movies, and you tell me Terminator 1 was better, and I'll tell you you're full of shit. So I don't know which EP is better. And hopefully someone will let me know at some point.
They're different. I'd say EP1 is definitely slower than the second one. There's definitely some more upbeat songs in the second one. But there's a couple still slower jams on there. So
yeah. And EP1 actually had Forgone. I think that's the most.
That's the rockin' tune on the first
one. More
right?
rockin', yeah. So I think it's most rockin' on the album. But yeah. So the point of this pod is we're gonna deep dive the second EP to break the songs kind of down and how they came about. And actually yesterday we had our first ever interview that was over Skype. We had an interview with 502 Fallen Angel. And the DJ's name is Angela or Angie. I don't know her last name.
I think it's Drake, I believe.
Angie, yes, Angie Drake, and she was great, and she had us on, and we didn't know what we were going to talk about, and she kind of deep dove the first EP, which was kind of like Nate and I haven't talked about the first EP in about a month, so
quite some time. Yeah, it was a bit like you were going to get into this, but it was actually kind of nice. Like that was the first time that I think we've really sat down and really talked about it since we even put it out, maybe even reviewed all the songs as a whole on one shot. So yeah, it was kind of neat.
Yeah. And I haven't heard the songs since then. And actually you had a chance to actually replay the EP before. I played the EP again today because after yesterday I was kind of like I should really listen to these.
Well, I was saying to you yesterday, I kind of replayed the EP to try and relearn the songs because it's been so long. It's been a while since they've been played.
Yeah,
which is so weird. I mean, for other bands out there that know you usually can at least be gigging while you're writing, or at least they're kind of fresh in your mind and you're rehearsing and then get them down, record them. But yeah, that's not been the case. We've recorded them so long ago in some cases, and we've just been mixing them or remastering them and tweaking them here and there that we're just we're listening to them, but we're not playing them, which is totally different.
No, and no, I forgot what I was going to say. But it was going to be gold. It was going to be gold. It was super relevant.
I was going to say because it's like I'm forgetting all the lyrics to our own songs that I wrote, which is so scary. That's the worst part. Like I'm like I wrote this, so I should be able to figure this out.
It'll become muscle memory eventually.
Yeah, muscle. Hopefully.
Yeah, or you spray on your palm. It goes down your arm.
That's right, all the way down my arm.
Yeah.
I'll have, what? I'll have the teleprompter in front of me. Who am I kidding?
Down the road. What I was going to say, now that it came back to me.
It came back.
It says the EP was released, the first EP, which was January 22nd, which was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. The concentration, the focus has been to try and get people to hear the album. And then we've been doing our podcast, and it was Nate and I talked yesterday about this as well, that this podcast here is the 17th we've done in just over a month. So that's pretty much every other day. And it's funny because it just seems like, we're so busy doing stuff for the band that we kind of forget that, we have all these songs out in the world, and um, it's hard to push without bothering people. And I think that I don't want to bother people, but it seems like Instagram could be easily bothered. So not so much Twitter maybe, but
Yeah, I think it could be both ways though.
yeah,
So we apologize ahead of time, even though we're
yeah,
still going to keep doing it.
yeah,
We're still going to let you know that we have stuff out there. So
yeah, we have to. Otherwise, what are we doing?
what are we doing? Especially when you
What are we
can't go. Well, I mean, although we're getting closer. Hopefully,
we're yellow or orange
it could be yellow, orange. We're going to
or
orange on
orange.
Monday. But
Yeah,
then there's people around us, friends up in Barrie, 12 Years band. They're back in lockdown. They're, I think, down to red again, something like that.
really?
Yeah, I just read that now. So, and
Oh,
then people in Nova Scotia, they're going in back into some sort of lockdown because their numbers are going up. So you can't take anything
crazy.
for granted right now. Just
The berry numbers are Toronto, right? People going up north.
probably go to
Yeah,
cottage country. That's
yeah,
exactly where it was. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, fuck.
So, anyways,
Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's not
yeah,
us. We stayed
it's not
home.
us. We're too far away.
Yeah.
We don't. And plus, in the middle of the winter, we're not making that drive.
No,
either.
going to the corner store, forget it.
Yep, that's about it.
All right, let's jump into this bad boy. So the EP was released today, midnight earlier today. So it's been on for, let's do quick math, 22 hours.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, since we're recording this, and if you're hearing this on Saturday,
Yes.
then it was yesterday. Just keep that
Just
in mind.
came out yesterday,
Keep
yeah.
your time frames in check here.
Sorry, that's amateur hour for me. I should know what's happening.
That's
yeah,
all good.
yesterday's release was a fun one. So yeah, we're deep dive the album. We're gonna go in order, I guess, of the track listing. Before we jump into it, I just want to say, if you're listening to this, if you're one of few, don't forget the first EP. Go through it, check it out. There's some good tracks on there. I think this sequel to the first EP is kind of, they go hand in hand. They're very different songs, but it's part of the whole story. So check it out.
Yeah.
And or recheck it out, or
Whatever you got to
I don't
do.
know.
But yeah, don't forget to listen to the first one and and if you haven't had a chance to listen to the full second one, do it. Take a listen. It's good. You can listen for free on Bandcamp. And it's you don't need an account anywhere else if you don't have Spotify or Apple Music, or you can hop on YouTube, and all of our songs are on there as well. So, all right, let's go with Slowburn.
Let's do it. Slowburn. We'll talk. I'll just kind of jump into I guess how it started, the writing process of Slowburn, and I mean the meaning behind the name Slowburn. We'll get there. But Slowburn was actually, I don't want to say it was kind of a lazy song, but it was, what I do when I'm bored is I sit at a desk and I just put my fingers over a keyboard and just make random noises. I think it's it's calming, or I'm just a dumbass. But so this song started.
It's the noise that I hear in my head.
Yeah, it's like dong ding. But this actually was funny. I hit my keyboard and I guess I have Reaper open because it just, a drum crash just happened that you couldn't hear. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened. I was like shocking actually. So Slowburn started. I actually have a little 25 key keyboard, and I put it to the highest part of the keyboard. So the keys were higher than I would ever play on. And I just was sitting there and I was just playing 3 notes, and it was perfect. Like I didn't know what I was doing. Ding, 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 ding. And that is the intro of Slowburn. Never changed the keys. The keys were the same. And it just the pattern I use for it. I thought this is I gotta record this. Now I'm learning that whenever I play keyboards, I'm not really a good keyboard player. I don't really I'm trained by just being an idiot and playing it. But I record everything, and then when I record it, I make sure I keep in the time that I was playing it in. So Slowburn started with the keys, which started most of my songwriting now is with keyboards, and it's kind of at any time
Kind
you
of
tell me,
reverse for you, right?
yeah, you can tell me to
Really?
stop writing with keys if you want, because I just sometimes I'm like, man, there's so much piano in the song, and I'm not even a piano player, so it's getting worrisome that like we can't play the song live. It'd be very hard.
It's gonna, you know what, we're gonna end up being like, those one-man bands that have all the instruments next to them, but we're gonna be the two of us. So like
Yeah.
you'll have the keyboard attached and the bass and a cello somehow
Like a
strapped
mini
to you.
cello on my head,
Right on your head, and I'll
yeah.
have like a couple of guitars beside me, and some other crazy instruments just to try and
Yeah.
pull this off. So
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
I
Actually,
think there's a flute in the song, so I hope you have a
that
flute.
actually might get our TikTok to go viral.
Yeah.
Pull
We're
that off.
we're gonna play one of the songs live like that. Yeah. So
Anyways,
if anybody has knows a keyboard player and they like to play really simple keyboard,
I was gonna say like to play 3 notes over and
yeah,
over again.
if
Let
you
us
could,
know.
yeah, exactly. But you feel free to loop it. You just play it once.
Sit there and
So
jam.
so that's that's how Slowburn started, and it sounds silly because there's so many songs that we have that we're actually like, played our instruments to start it with guitar or bass or whatever. But it turns out the more we talk about the album, the more I kind of say the same shit, where it's like this kind of started with me fucking around on keyboard, which is like, and if you're a keyboard player and you hear this song and you're like, that's so stupid, then I feel I'm not a keyboard player, so don't get mad.
Don't get
But
exactly.
yeah, there's some like
Help us out.
trained, yeah,
Send us a
yeah, throw
send us
some
something to go on.
samples,
Throw some
Jesus,
samples, and we can
yeah.
maybe do something with it.
So, so when Slowburn was first when it first began, it was that keyboard, and I recorded whatever 4 bars it was, and I looped the whole thing, and then I just started layering drums, but it wasn't like a normal layer of drums. It was kind of like slowly building up, building up, building up, building up, and then I wish I remember what it was. I called it because it was probably something stupid. Uh, but I was so excited to send you. So I remember I was so excited because it was the first time I've done that kind of like build up, tear down thing. And I sent to you, and I was like, check this out, and you're like, oh, I love this song. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. Like it has like it's slow burn in and out, and then that's how it was named.
That's how it was named. It came about. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's I can't remember if there's anything else on it other than keys. I don't know if there's any sort of, I don't think there is.
No, I think it's just piano on there.
Yeah.
I don't think we added anything else. But I mean, the one thing is, like you said, the layering, and as if you listen to the song, it's like these steps, these gradual steps that go up and then finally come back down. It's a really neat idea and concept for a song. And I think at first, like when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then I was like, oh shit, I gotta actually write something for this.
Yeah.
Like as much as I like it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to actually try and come up with something to kind of fit this. Which I think you almost like, even lyrically, it's almost like it's a slow burn. It kind of goes up and then comes down. Starts off. But it's a really neat song. And I mean, it kind of reflects chapter 2 in the first EP, right? Is that kind of build up and then take down?
It's the opposite feeling of the feeling chapter 2 has, kind of with the same kind of structure.
Yeah.
Just opposite emotion again. Like chapter 2 is more dark. It's like a darker version of the song, and it's
right.
It was meant to play off each other. Like I said yesterday, we had an interview yesterday, and I said it was kind of like the angel and devil, in the sense that Slowburn is more hopeful. Well, instrumentally it's more hopeful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then chapter 2 is more like it's more dark and more like just it feels more sad than hopeful.
Right.
But
and then lyrically, I mean, with Slowburn, I mean, I think they're like that end line, like, do I have a story for you?
It's perfect. It plays.
It's a perfect first song, because it's, I mean, and that kind of goes along with our album, The Stories of Others. It then is now going to tell you the story of others. And here is the song that's starting it. It's that Slowburn. And then here it is. Here are the stories of others that we've written about, that we've heard or interpreted in our own little way.
Yeah.
And
it was super intentional too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, to put at the beginning, it was. I mean, I don't know the lyrically of writing that line wasn't necessarily the plan, but it certainly fit really well.
It worked out perfectly. Yeah, it worked out
perfectly.
And this song is actually, when the album drops, will be the first song on the album. So it's kind of sets you up for what the album is and what the album's about. And it's perfect. The lyrics for the song is perfect, and I think it's something that you've actually done really well at, is taking a song that is not necessarily like, this is the verse, this is the chorus, this is the verse,
the bridge, and there's a bridge.
You create it vocally. otherwise it's not structured out to be like this massive change happens. It's kind of just like just a constant buildup, and it's like I don't know if it's hard. You could say if it's hard to
Yeah, I don't know. I think at first it was like just unknown. Like haven't really done or thought of it that way. But I think you just kind of go, okay, well, where do I want to start building in that type of chorus into it? But obviously there's no change, right? Other than that build up piece.
yeah.
So it just kind of came, but like I said before, it's just like you start writing and it just starts to come together, and then kind of figure out where's that top part, and then where do you start to come down. And I like, honestly, the end of that song is probably my favorite. Just like kind of just mellows right out, and then do I've got a story for you, and then that's it, and then boom,
it ends on that
yep.
that piano. Yeah, man,
it's sweet. I love it.
Yeah. Great song.
Yep.
And if you like it, you should probably let us know.
Yep.
If you don't like it, well, fuck yourself.
But also let us know, and let us know what you didn't like about it, so we could change it. Maybe even when we play it live. No, we won't. It's too late. It's recorded.
Yeah.
And then we got our single off this album, which actually has got we've had a lot of really good feedback on this one, and it's starting to being played on some of the UK stations, and even in the US, and I believe KB Radio in KB Radio Canada is picking it up. And I believe the disc jockey is based out of London, Ontario, which is nice, but his music is played all over. There's a country station as well in there, which at first I think we thought we were being picked up for a country station. We're like, oh shit, hopefully.
Yeah, I remember that. Music. I was like, oh, yeah.
And then I realized there's two separate ones.
Okay.
So good. Yeah, which is good. And they've been fantastic. They've played our stuff quite a bit, or Fix Me. They've played quite a bit, which is nice. But Who's Lonely Now? It's just a really good, like you said, I think we've talked about it before. It was more of a pop. It's kind of a pop rock feel to it.
Pop rock song, and the Jobs really dug the song, and they're a pop rock kind of band.
And same with 12 years today. They were really, really happy with this one, the way it turned out, and then so are we. I mean, it's definitely the reason why we chose it as that kind of second single to go with this EP.
Yeah, it's like a modern. It's still rock. It's just more, radio friendly in the sense that it's catchy.
A good way to put it.
The instruments are catchy on their own, and everything's kind of catchy. And you put together, it just.
I would say this song encompasses the entire album of that entire trying to feel of going to the 90s. Like you said, we've never really tried to say we're going to make a 90s album in 2021 or 2020 when we recorded it, really. But it does. It kind of makes this into a 90s song, but in the modern, right? Fast forward to 2020, 2021, and it fits.
So no one copy us, because we're just trying to.
Yeah, we're trying to carve this niche out.
We're carving it out, and
so all you Our Lady Peace fans and Blink fans and everyone, just kind of wiggle yourself in here.
Yeah, yeah. Please,
if you like the Nirvana, please,
please.
Take a listen to that one. But so what can you say about Who's Lonely Now?
We covered that. I think we did a podcast just for it.
Yeah, we just did one, so we probably shouldn't go super in depth.
We'll say the song is about let's just say it's a relationship, and you're out, and when you get out of something, whatever, anything you get out of the feeling that you came up with the short end of the stick is what the song's about. So like when something happens and it's over, you think the other person walked away ahead, but this is the long game. It's like a marathon, and at the end of the X amount of time, looking back, and you feel like, hey, maybe at that point in my life I was lonely, but like now, who's the one feeling like shit because I'm doing wicked, right?
Yeah. So now you're.
It's like the ultimate fucking take your power back song. Right?
That's right. It is. It's the ultimate.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate take your power back song. So if you need to, or you want to know more about that song, take a listen to our podcast. We kind of did an entire episode just on that song, and that's where we brought in some Natalie and Bruglia.
Was that the one?
That was the one.
That was the one.
So sorry. If you want to hear anything about Torn and how we talked about covers, it's nothing wrong with doing covers, because we are also in this.
Yeah, we should actually. Should we address that? We don't hate covers. the point we were making was we were not 100% told in the beginning that that song was a cover, and
Yeah.
it doesn't ruin the song. It's just when you think an artist is writing something not a cover, like an original song, then you think, oh, there's more of connection you feel with that song, with that artist, um, and then you discover it wasn't. And
Yeah.
and this is like I'm talking like 20 years later. Also in that video, I made a huge mistake when I said that song is almost 20 years old when it was actually 24 years old. So yeah, so think about that, man. Like I'm 36 years
And
old then, and when I was
yeah,
like fucking when I heard that song, I was like
14,
I was so young, and then to discover that in my 30s that song was not an
or
original
I guess
song.
12. If we're gonna do actual math, I guess.
That was it
36
12.
to 40. Well, if you said
It came
24
out. It
to
came out. It
36,
came out in
12 years old.
'97, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was 12.
But and I think the other thing too is that the comment that was made as well, which is so true. If it hadn't had been for Natalie Imbruglia, we would never have known that song. That song would never have been out there.
Exactly.
So which is right why the importance of doing covers sometimes, because unfortunately the first person that does it, not to say it wasn't valid, not to say it wasn't good, but it just needed that odd push, and then boom, it becomes a hit. And it's just too bad that realistically, Natalie Imbruglia, we haven't really heard anything past that. I think that was the other kind of thing we were talking about. But anyways, we're not going to hit on covers.
I don't want to go to that Natalie slope again. So I'm just gonna back away now.
All right. So and then so if you want to listen to more of that and more of Who's Only Now, check out that podcast. But all right. And then reaching out, such a cool one, because I remember you telling me the story about how this came to be. You were sitting down with your wife and you're like, here's a song title. And she turns to you and goes, I feel like you're reaching.
Yes.
And then
that's a true story. And actually,
there it is.
That whole song, when we were watching something, we were watching a TV, and I was sitting there, and I grabbed my bass, and I was sitting there watching with her. And the intro for this song, or in the verse, I was playing it out, and then dating or being married to someone who plays music I don't really envy that. My wife, luckily, she's she's more patient than
understanding would be one.
Understanding, because it's we're there just hanging out, and then you don't want to sit with your wife and be like, let's watch a show and I'm gonna 100% pay attention. I'm just gonna play his bass over here. And
hey, do you do this? Because my wife hates it, and I do it all the time, and I feel bad because I don't even realize I'm doing it. But we'll have a conversation. I'll have a guitar in my hand, or I'll pick up a guitar in the middle of our conversation and I'll start playing. And I am listening. I think she's caught me a couple times, but like I'll start playing, and then she's like, "Are you done?" Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it just all of a sudden there's something there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna work this out.
And that's why I don't envy it, because we were it was, I think it was late. I can't remember the exact details, but like I just started playing this song, and I was said to her like, hey, do you mind? So there's a TV behind me, you see, and this is there used to be a couch right there. So we were upstairs, and I said, hey, do you mind if I just record this idea really quick? I don't want to lose it. And she goes, sure. So she came down and she put the show on this TV, and I just kind of record the entire song. I recorded this entire song probably, I want to say, in 30 to 45 minutes. And when it was done, I including the drums, like I did the bass on it, and then I threw the drums on, and then I was done, and I was like, I'm sending Nate right now. And I ran probably 8 or 9 titles by her, and she was like, I feel like you're reaching with those. And when she said reaching, I was like, okay, you got it. So I called it reaching. I sent to you, and then we changed it to reaching out, because the way the chorus, because
the way it
sounds better.
Went,
and also reaching out sounds better. But so
just fit the song, just fit like kind of the way it went. Yeah.
So that song in the album notes, it's a big shout out to Kirsten, because she
got the title on that one.
She not only got a title, but she also we ruined a night by
recording a song,
having to record.
If it's any consolation to you and to her, you can let her know that that's actually my wife's favorite intro on all the songs. She's like, oh, there's one song that I loved, like right at the beginning, and that was it. Reaching
really?
Out. Yeah. And she actually quizzed me on it. Actually, she was like, she played it. She goes, do you know what song that's from? And I was like, yeah, like we wrote it. I just don't remember the words to the song. That's all. So.
Yeah. So that's cool to hear. Yeah. It's a very, and that's why technology is so cool. and if you could, if you have acoustic guitar, it's easier. You put on your phone, just record real quick.
Absolutely. Yeah.
With bass, I was just like, I have to get this down, and then I had to have that kind of effect on it. There's an effect on it. I don't know if it's a flange. I think it was a flanger I used on it. I don't.
Sounds, yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds
it's kind of flange, or it's
flanger phaser, maybe even.
yeah, it's one of those. I can't remember now, but it had to have that kind of like it's I call it like a haunting effect.
Haunting effect, yeah.
So anyway, so it just worked out, and that kind of there's no precursor to that song. I think you worked on that song like right away. I think it was done within like 2 days. I think,
Yeah,
or
it was
not even 2 days. It's just
not
kind of
even. It was
from
quick. Even lyrically, I mean, it's not a long song lyrically, right? It's not a wordy song either.
yeah
But when you gave me that reaching out, it was just kind of like, you're reaching out to somebody, but you just can't quite grab them anymore, right? And it just
yeah
kind of was like, oh, boom, done. I mean, it fit in
yeah
the profile of our songs at the time, so it was kind of an easy flow and
yeah.
gone. And yeah,
So sometimes you don't name songs; you name it something else, and that song, the whole thing would have changed if I gave you a stupid title that I probably had. There's so many cliche titles. I think what you said, reaching. I think what you meant was like this is all just kind of fluff bullshit, and
yeah.
she said reaching. She was nice about it, and
Rather than saying these songs or titles are
this
bullshit,
is fluff bullshit, and I'm like, okay, Nate, fluff bullshit,
no.
go. So that's
So,
that song, and yeah, the message that Nate said is yeah, reaching out and just not, it's not happening. You're not gonna
yeah,
ever, you're not gonna get it.
it's never gonna get there.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then at the end, you're all alone again.
again, and
And I mean,
then
like we said, we wrote these songs for people to be able to connect to. You've
yeah,
been there, either somebody else has been there, and you've been trying, and then boom, it's not there.
you've
So
overextended for someone.
that's right.
Everyone's
Yep.
overextend for someone, and this song is kind of the realization that you're not going to
It's not gonna work out.
ever hold on again.
That's right.
Or yeah, awesome.
All right.
That song's done. All right, see
That's
ya.
good.
Nailed that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Let Me Be. I'm trying to think of how this one even came about. Did I write this one? These are the one.
It was wild. This song is weird. It's
This,
great.
well, I mean, what you did to the song after the fact is brilliant. I still love it.
Good. I'm happy you still love it.
Yeah. But it's still one of those ones where I can't wait to get to the end. So if you listen to the song and you're like, God, I hate the first couple of verses, just wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Let it. Let me be, and let the song be.
Yeah.
Wait, because the ending is unbelievable. It's such a cool effect, and the way it layered in vocally that you did. And I mean, it's just, you sent it back to me, and I was like, wow, I didn't know I sang all those parts.
Yeah. It's I call it the Taking Back Sunday effect. And Taking Back Sunday, they like to layer vocals. And I don't know if Soul Asylum. You know the song Misery?
Yeah.
So and that's a nice song, and they do the same thing. At the very end of the song, they have layered vocals. And I remember I bought that album when I was younger, and I absolutely love that song. And just like you said, and it's funny you said that, because when I hear Misery, I absolutely can't wait to get the end, because it's Frustrated Incorporated. There's like a million voices in the background doing different lines of the song, and it's kind of like it's layered. So with this song, it kind of has like it's like a jungle groove, I would say. Like it's the drums are it's all toms on the drums, and it's very low end on the drums. And how the song starts and to the midpoint, the song after the second chorus just stops, and then the whole song changes. So when we originally did that, Nate wrote a cool part for the end, and he had like it all flowed, but I thought we could fill the sound up more, because like the drums were go faster at the end, and so I just took parts. I just took chunks of what Nate's saying, and I echoed it, or I overlapped it with different parts, and that song actually just finished being mixed about a few weeks ago, when we knew the EP was about a month ago maybe. When we knew it, we were releasing the EP, and I added even another vocal on there.
Yeah.
That here I am left for dead, And anyway, so it's just at the end of the song, it's all Nate's. It's like if you love to hear Nate's voice or
then it's
how he
that's
sounds, this is it. His voice is panned from ear to ear.
ear to
One of
ear,
them's
yeah.
panned, and some of them have actually a phaser on the voice as well as a delay. And he like some of his vocal sounds haunted. There's like
Yeah, it's so cool. Like I said, I
yeah,
was like, I didn't sing it like that, but that's unbelievable.
yeah, it's amazing what you could do
Yeah,
when you just
it's so
fucking
cool.
cut and paste. And so
Yeah.
like it's funny if you look at the actual
Oh, the Reaper.
yeah, the Reaper, the vocals, they're like just like vocals are like maybe 8 or 9 tracks of vocal, and they're just like just this
Maybe
one track.
that's
Like,
our TikTok video.
what?
Fuck, record that. Maybe we should throw that on our TikTok. People would
We're-
be like
we're-
and play our music behind it. It'd be like a double.
Yeah. Okay.
That might not be a bad idea.
Well,
Maybe you
we-
crack the TikTok code.
or,
Or guess what? We get 1 view and we say, we're on our next podcast. That didn't work.
I don't know if we mentioned it on the podcast, but TikTok we have 22 followers. We don't really use it.
What? 22
followers. And we threw a video. We threw our teasers up on TikTok as well as Instagram and Twitter and stuff. But we threw in Slowburn on TikTok and it had 650 views. And I mean, obviously no one follows from it because we only 22 followers, but
people enjoyed it. Obviously, and wanted to keep
something
watching
happened.
it.
So we hit something. We hit something in the algorithm because it happened in 24 hours. We had 600 views in 24 hours, and I thought this one was wrong because I was like, no, because all our videos TikTok still get like 100 to 200 views somehow. Again, I don't know. Maybe TikTok could reach out to us and let us know your algorithm, how it works.
Yeah, could you please, if you're a CEO listening to this podcast from London, Ontario, if you could just reach out, we'll sing you the song "Reaching Out" as well while you're reaching out to us. But
it doesn't really make sense. And then the sad part of that is that we threw on "Reaching Out" actually as the next teaser, and in 12 hours we had 2 views. So I don't know. I don't know what we're doing right or wrong. I don't know what's happening.
Because it seems like we did one thing right and then something terribly wrong.
Yeah. In 24 hours.
Yeah. It's
so
strange.
we can't ride the wave. I think the struggle is riding the wave. I think we can't.
We're on top of the wave and then we fall and we get crashed right into it, sucked in, and
then we wake up and someone's doing a CPR and we get back on that
and
wave.
then we're hey, we're still here.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's but anyways, for let me be. I mean that's after that all that tangent. But no, you're right though. I mean, that end part was by far like it was just like a shock value to me because I didn't know it was coming. It was just like, hey, you got to listen to what I did to this, and it's awesome. It fits so well.
I would love to do it more. I think the only time that we've used that is in this song and in Fix Me. In Fix Me, we used it
just
at the end. And you know what? The funny is because the Fix Me originally didn't have the third vocal because you have the Fix Me, then you keep me here locked in this,
Yeah.
And then I took the first verse
and then put it in after the fix me, leave me, and then fix me. Yeah.
And
because that wasn't there originally. No. It's funny that you say that because when I was playing that back, and when we've recorded something else that maybe
I was wondering if you're talking about it.
I was like, we'll maybe talk about that later on, but maybe a surprise down the road. Hey, wait a minute, isn't that a song of ours? Anyways,
you keep saying the titles of our songs. Like, TikTok, reach out down the road.
But anyways, I was like playing it back. I was like, shit, I don't remember having that in there, but it was in my notes, and then I'm like, oh yeah, right, that's where it came from. So it's kind of
fun. in that down the road conversation, you use it at the end. I can't say anything. I'm not saying
the end of the aisle. Anyways,
in the end of the aisle.
Hey, here we are in the end of the aisle.
It can't be forgotten. And the aisle.
We'll stop.
Hey, it's my turn to talk. Any other titles? In the end of the aisle. This song is a Nate's original, and he sent it to me, and it gave me the Oasis vibes, and just the intro, the way it's very Oasis to me, and this is a song you actually sent to me, and then we never talked about it for fucking months. And
For
then I went
a
back.
long
I was like,
time.
yo, you
You
gotta
gotta
do
do
this song.
Yeah, you were like on me about this. You're
I
like,
was like,
you
you gotta make
gotta
this a song. This is like a song,
figure
man.
this
This
out,
is a,
man.
this is a track. And when it was done instrumentally, it was so pretty that I actually told you to call the song Isla.
You
Because
did for
what I
after my
said
daughter.
to you was, yes, after your daughter, because I said to you is this is a song your daughter can walk down the aisle to.
That's right.
And
then we turned it into a dark song called "In the End of the Aisle," which her name is almost in there.
yeah, yeah.
I just couldn't. Yeah, I don't know if I could write a. It's funny. All I could think about
wedding
is
song.
all I could think about is all those songs that either my wedding song or other people's wedding songs they've danced to, like a first dance to, and I was like, I don't know if I could write that. And all I could think about is like "There's No Quitting You" with the Arkells. I was like, people are gonna start dancing to that one now. Previously was I'm trying to think what was the song that shoot fuck. I feel bad now because we were in that wedding. And they
Whose
played
wedding?
Katie
It was an
Josh.
Arkell song.
Arkell song.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
it's a huge one for weddings too. Fuck.
Oh,
It's a slow one.
it's yeah. Their new song. Well, they're
The Quitting You is the newest one.
Yeah,
and it could be.
that's a wedding song and a half.
It's
That's a
yeah.
wedding song and
It's
a half.
not quite there, but it's darn close. Oh, I'll find it, and then I'll be like, God damn, I should have known it.
What was your wedding song?
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Edwin McCain. It was Edwin McCain. I can never remember the title. It wasn't
I'll
LB.
be.
It wasn't LB. It was the other one. It was the other one.
Oh shit! Yeah, the other one. Hold on.
Oh fuck! I'm in so much trouble.
No, we'll cut this out.
Okay, I'm trying to find the other one first. You find that one.
All I have is I'll be.
No,
there's
another one.
Walk with
people are
you.
No. People are yelling right now if they're listening to this and being like, "I know what it is," and I know the Arkells one.
I couldn't ask for more.
I couldn't ask for more.
That's it. I could not ask for more.
There you go. And Then Some from the Arkells. There you go. That was the other one. And Then Some was a huge one for weddings. But anyways, I couldn't seem to write that happy song. I don't know why. I should be able to, I feel like. I mean, that was something that even your brother had mentioned. It goes like, you're two guys that are happily married.
Yeah.
It's a whole album is actually, fairly dark in a way.
Yeah, it is.
But
it is very dark.
But like when we told him kind of that whole idea of how we wrote it and why we wrote it, and it was more of the stories of others. It wasn't really, us necessarily all the time, what we felt. Then it made more sense. It kind of, and we said that I think more people can relate to it. A wedding song, if could get played. But like I said, when you say Edwin McCain, LB is kind of the one that comes to you,
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought of that one.
I honestly, I know those two songs too, and I
like I said, I can never remember the title of it. It's so terrible.
I just think of I'll Be all the time. Actually, when Kirsten and I got married, she walked down the aisle to a Beyonce song, but before the Beyonce song, it was the whole wedding party walked down to a song I wrote. It's just a guitar, which is cool. And then her favorite band was Marianne's Trench. So
I do remember that. Yeah.
Our first song was "Good to You" by Marianne's Trench.
That's right.
And so but my wedding is more recent, so that's why I remember it, right?
That's right. Yeah,
we'll
go with that. Thanks.
Exactly.
Thanks for to save in there. It's not going to save me, but
you've been married for a long time, man. She probably remember it. You should ask her tonight. Oh, she remembers it for sure. Yeah, Rachel remembers it. Yeah.
She remembers everything. Damn Skippy. Like I said, can't get off.
No, we can add this part right out. It's okay.
Nah, it's good. We'll keep it in.
She listens.
Good laugh.
She listens to the podcast.
Everyone. She loves them. Actually, and that's what I said. That she loves all the ones we do, especially with everyone overseas, because she loves the accents. So.
Oh, great! Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Anyways.
Well, Rachel, when you listen to this,
just pretend that
he has. There's a lot going on today. It's a big day. EP got released. We're already 6 South River brews
exactly in. So
okay.
All right.
Do we talk about that song?
We didn't really talk about the song. No, we
Oh,
didn't really
okay.
talk about. Wow, we
Well,
did in a
yeah,
roundabout
that's
way.
it. That's pretty much it.
That's
How it started, and then we
Yeah.
kept it, like you said, I kept in the end the aisle. The both almost is his daughter's name, and then also when we talked about being the walk down the aisle song, it kind of stuck, and it's the only song where the title is not in the song.
That's right.
You never say in the end of you never say the word aisle in the
Ah.
song, and I think that's it. I think every other song has it. Has a
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. But I wanted to keep because you originally had the aisle was in there,
Mhm.
and I wanted to keep that in there for that song. I just felt like it was just just needed to be there. So,
And there it is.
and
And
there
that's
it was.
and that's the EP, guys. That's the Stories of Others Part 2.
Yeah.
5 tracks. Give it a go. Give it a go. You may have heard Who's Lonely Now. You may not have heard it, but if you have heard it, listen to the rest of it.
Keep the EP rolling.
Yeah, the EP has got a roll.
It's a good little EP, and it fits well with the first one too. So if you put them on, even if you want to play, what would be kind of fun is if people made their own playlist of our maybe 10 songs out now and decided what the order they think should be.
Shit, that would be fun.
That would be fun. So
That
if
would be
you
fun.
if you're still listening at this point, and we're about probably 45 minutes into this,
Yeah, we know the average listening time, so you're probably not.
but if you are, maybe like write it in a comment or a tweet or an IG or something and say, hey, this is what I think the order of the album should be. Obviously, there's 4 missing songs in there that you haven't heard.
Yeah.
But maybe you nail, at least if you nail like the 10 songs in a row, you already know the opener. We mentioned it.
Ooh, we did give it a little.
So you should be able to get the opening song.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, who knows? But and guys, this has been a year of our lives. This album, and you guys have 10 of 14 tracks of our long nights of recording. And
every time I want to say
is
is blood, sweat, and tears, but there really wasn't any of those 3.
I felt like crying a few times, but
that's possibly true.
but I don't think I cut myself, but
no.
I mean, for the blood, not like I'm like
no, yeah.
myself, but yeah. So also we have some other shit on the go. We have the podcast obviously, but we've also recorded a couple songs, new songs that we have in our holster here, and we have plans for this year. We are hoping to play live at some point. Hoping to actually see each other at some point.
That would be nice other than through a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Recording.
Zoom's been like, it's funny, man. I heard this weird thing on the radio today. Just a side note. They said Zoom calls are tapping into the people's minds to make them feel 2 emotions. It's either arousal or anger. And they're saying that's the 2 emotions that Zoom calls are giving people.
Or like exhibiting.
And then then I went to a commercial and then I turned the radio off. It's like I was driving.
Because it's not. No, there's no way.
Yeah, I like maybe because like if you're talking to somebody and you're like very angry,
I guess
it says Zoom's more it's because of it being intimate, and I don't really understand because maybe we're staring at each other like yeah, you don't need to stare at someone in real life. It's like
yeah.
But this is like we're staring at each other, but without like feeling being stared at.
Yeah,
so I don't know. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I didn't listen to the radio.
That's so strange.
I don't know why that happened, but so we have plans. We
have plans coming up, and hopefully
so
you take a listen and be aware. IG, Twitter, TikTok. Maybe we'll throw something on TikTok and see what happens.
Sure, fuck it.
You know what? Maybe we do that. I think that little layering of that and see what happens. I don't know if that's even a good idea or not.
It's an idea. And
I mean, what else have we got to lose?
Ideas.
What like if we get 2 views? I mean, we're on par with the other one. So
well, we already have 22 followers. We might lose a couple, but if you're willing to lose some, I'm willing to lose some to try this out. So all right.
Well,
that's it.
That's all.
Hey, South River Brewing, can you see them?
Yeah,
buddy. We have
got my Scottish ale here.
North Portal, Rye Road, and Mushers malts. These are the beers, guys. And
these
honestly,
are the beers that keep us going.
And I will say that they are actually delicious.
They are.
You think that we're gonna say that because they sponsor the podcast and we're like, oh, but like They're
No, they
actually
are.
delicious. And if you want to support something local, I would give it a go. But if you don't, then like, that's just more about
We
you than us.
understand.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Exactly.
This is it. Cheers.